They say that craft beer is dying. They say that craft beer is holding on by a thread. They say the craft beer industry is facing an apocalypse. But what happened? Have all the beer styles dried up? Everyone's always trying to come up with a new idea. Everybody, even outside of craft beer. Why are some of my favorite brands pulling the plug left and right? How come this worked so well 10 years ago? I thought all you needed to start a brewery was to be from San Diego, find another minimum wage burnout buddy, brew a couple batches of homebrew in your garage, and then put together a business model that no bank would even look at, but your rich parents might. And then after your parents say no, just act super mopey, feel sorry for yourself, and just throw fits until they cave and decide to give you $200,000. And boom, overnight, we were gonna be Sierra Nevada. Why wouldn't that work for entrepreneurs? Or some say it was COVID or post-COVID loans. Labor's more expensive, ingredients, stainless steel coming from China, everything went up. Or is it the hangovers? Are 8% West Coast IPAs burning people out? I've definitely noticed a huge sober movement. It's almost every week I hear of a friend or family member getting sober. Or California sober, where you don't drink booze anymore, but you microdose on mushrooms while ripping 10 bong rips and then chasing it with a line of Special K. Breweries are going under, and these CBD THC stores are growing like wildfire. Bad weather does not help. A lot of breweries are going for that Chuck E. Cheese environment where the whole family is there with a ton of kids. I call them the Billy Madison birthday breweries. Typically it's a big outside area or a giant patio where kids can run around. But if it's freezing cold, then your tasting room is pretty much closed, and it was freezing last month. This is the most snow Knoxville has seen in 30 years. Global warming? More like global freezing. When it's this cold, there's absolutely nothing to do except drink beers inside and watch sports. Or is it just the obvious? The oversaturation of breweries. There's just way too many breweries. And what's up with Gen Z? Do they not go to the bars? Are younger generations going to be going out less and less? Or is it inflation? People finally realizing the going out is expensive as shit. Every time I leave my house, it just cost me $100. I lived in San Diego and Knoxville in the same year. It doesn't matter. Beers are $8. Cheeseburgers are now $15. A cup of coffee is $5. The only thing on dollar menus now is just sodas. And I think most people don't realize that you got to make a ton of money if you want to be going out all the time. It's expensive to hang out at breweries every day. And if you do, you're probably going to run into me because I've been doing this shit for like 20 years. What is going on, Barrages? It is CH from Homebrew for Life, and I'm here trying to figure out what's going on with the craft beer industry. I was watching my Barrages channel the other day. Andy, owner and head brewer of Tanglefoot out there in Temple, Texas, who specializes in Czech lagers. He's also got a YouTube channel. He made a video about breweries closing, and he said something I've been thinking about. I think we've all been thinking about it. Something right under our noses the whole time, but everybody was afraid to say.
Not as cool as it used to be. Not as cool as it used to be.
And you know what? I gotta kind of somewhat agree. Back in the day, we would drive anywhere in San Diego. If a new brewery opened up, didn't matter if we had good or bad word of mouth, we were there. The craft beer industry was shredding at that time, and everybody wanted to be a part of it. But fast forward to today, and it's just not shredding as hard. But I was walking down the street the other day, and I saw this brewery that was shredding, like back in the day shredding. And if craft beer isn't cool anymore, then these guys missed the memo. I went there on a Monday night, and it was packed. I went back on a Tuesday, packed. I'd run by it at noon on a Sunday, patios booked up. And this is a decent sized spot. Sometimes small breweries look packed with 40 customers. Sometimes huge breweries look dead with only 40 customers. But this place has got to have around 50 tables. I caught wind that they had a hazy that won gold at World Beer Cup and their Mexican lager won silver at GABF. Everything was great, but I still couldn't do the math. Why did this feel like we were back in 2015 all over again? Then I got it. The peanut butter and jelly gluten-free sour. And man, it tasted exactly like third grade. I asked the barrage at the counter for a 4-pack to go, and he said no dice. He said you gotta be here the day they release the PB&J beer or it's impossible to get. He said they release it about every 6 weeks, and people wait in line in the cold, sometimes with their kids, for sometimes a couple hours like a concert. So that's what I did. I saw people pulling into the parking lot with Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia license plates. I think you used to be able to buy up to 3 cases at a time, but now it's only 1 case at a time, so more people can get it. So I bought a case and I sent it to family and friends. San Diego, LA, Orange County, North Carolina, Temecula, SoCal, all over. The friends and family loved it. Some of my narcissistic industry friends clowned on it, but you know what's going on. I know what's going on. They're in the back. When the door is closed and nobody's looking, you know they're in the back trying to figure it out, trying to rip it off, as they should. People hit me up. They text me. They're like, what is it? Is it an IPA? Is it a sour? What hops are in it? What's the yeast? Is it a hard seltzer? Is it a lager? And I say the same thing every time. It doesn't matter. It's got value like nothing I have ever seen in this industry. Not even close. I remember the Pliny the Elder days or Pliny the Younger, and you had to know somebody at the liquor store to sell it to you because they had it in the back, and this is not even comparable to that. We're talking like 10 Walmart Black Friday TV sales a year, and every time they have it, the line gets longer and longer. So I sent some to the brew show in San Diego, and we cracked it on my live stream channel, the Hoppy Hour.
Are we gonna do this together?
Yeah.
All right.
Cheers, man.
Cheers, brother. Love you, dog.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Every Wednesday night, 9 o'clock Eastern time. Truth be told, his channel passed me in subscribers a couple months ago. I haven't really been doing so hot since. I haven't laughed in months. I haven't slept in a month. I don't think I've had any food or water since maybe November. But we talked about a collab, trying to clone this recipe, and we both agreed. So it's like my biological stepfather always says, if you can't beat him, join him. So let's make this peanut butter and jelly social sparkler.